It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers taking on the Boston Celtics. The opening tip won by the Pacers as we get underway in downtown Indianapolis. From the painted area, won't go down. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward. Boston with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Off the iron. No good. The follow won't go either. With the interception, great defensive play. Boston with the basketball to Marcus Smart. Hayward to Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Hassan Whiteside with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
It's rebounded by the Celtics. To Marcus Smart. And it's Cantor. Missed his first. That one goes.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Oladipo to Whiteside. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Celtics have it. To Marcus Smart. Cantor. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
I'm on D. I'm on D. That's a D. That's a D.
To Oladipo. Down to 5 on the 24. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Pacers with the possession. No good and no foul. To Howard. Curling inside. Howard. Here's a chance from long range. Off the mark.
Oh, yeah. Me and you. Me and you.
To Oladipo. To Whiteside. The drive right to the basket.
Come on.
Shot, that's short.
Drives, but a shot won't go down. Another follows, stays out. Wesley Johnson sends it away. Long key from three-quarters court. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Celtics have the lead. One quarter down, one way to go. So buckle up, it's wide open.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Knocked loose. Celtics have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Here we go, my ball.
I got ball.
No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Brogdon. Shot from the lane won't go. To Howard. Not that time.
You're on the island now.
To Brogdon. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. Can't get the bounce. Celtics have it.
I got ball.
To Howard. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Here comes the screen. Gets Puts a shot up off the mark.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Knocked loose. Lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Indiana with the basketball. To Turner. Oh, Miles Turner. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Howard. Mike Scott snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
He gets it.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Timeout Boston, as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Short jumper misses. Oladipo into the front court. Margins 8. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Oladipo. Hayward. Off the mark. Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. Time expires to end the first half with the Celtics in front.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Celtics entered halftime with a solid lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The Pacers are in need of some changes at the half. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Boston Celtics are putting in the kind of effort that doesn't always show up in our top plays, but it can't be said enough how important it is to take control of the boards. That's exactly what this squad has done in this matchup.
Player of the half.
Marcus Smart did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Oladipo hasn't had much luck getting into an offensive rhythm. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Hayward. Here comes the screen. To Cantor. Domantas Sabonis with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Cantor. Hassan Whiteside. Tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
The pass set it all up.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
I got ball. This is all me.
That's up, baby.
Whiteside. To Marcus Smart.
Screen.
Hayward. To Cantor. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Boston with the basketball. To Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. Deep right corner. To Hayward. Fires the three. Gordon Hayward, tough make there. Can't really fault the defender.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Oladipo to Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Oladipo into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. Here comes the screen. He connects with the step back.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Celtics have it. Able to convert inside.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping him.
Rebound, Ojale. To Marcus Smart.
Screen coming right, screen coming right.
Just off the mark.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Short jumper off the mark. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Celtics have the lead. So the Pacers with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Here comes the screen.
Watch that.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Celtics have it. To Howard. Superman, Dwight Howard. 2-of-4 now.
Ooh, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Trying to cash in, hand in his face, still hits. You don't see that very often.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Hayward, passed it off. Rises for the slam. Now the Pacers go to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
Well, you need execution in a chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a championship.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Hayward. Tatum gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Shot from in close, no good. To Oladipo. And abuses the rim with the big finish.
An easy two, get back on defense.
To Cantor. Tatum. That no good, off the mark. Getting dirty, loose ball on the deck. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo. Shot clock winding down to Oladipo from long range. And Victor Oladipo, quick catch and shoot that time for three.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
To Hayward. Beyond the arc for three. Oh, could have sealed it, but it's no good. Oladipo into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Here comes the intentional foul. They'll get it with 12 seconds left.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
Nope, first one does not go. Good recovery, hits the second free throw. Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout. They'll need a quick shot, and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. A pass taken away by the Celtics. We get a whistle. In the eyes of the ref, he meant it. Intentional foul.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
Way to hit.
Late heave to beat the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics put one in the win column with a solid performance. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. The Pacers put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Check out the leading scores for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track. Assists.
The Boston Celtics were very impressive in the way they shared the ball, giving each other the opportunity to not just take good shots, but great shots. That's what I believe made the difference for them in this game, that being the great assists.
Player of the game.
Marcus Smart put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Check out the upcoming games for the Indiana Pacers. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
And welcome to Oracle Arena. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, final year for the oldest building in the NBA, but no doubt, over these decades, there's been no shortage of excitement.
Oh, when I think about Run TMC, you think about the killer crossover by Tim Hardaway, and then the sweet shooting of Chris Mullin and Mitch Richmond.
As good as it gets. The Celtics begin the game with the basketball. To Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. Green to Lopez. Short jumper off the mark. The follow won't go either. Short jumper won't fall.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Nothing going here on that drive. Curry to Thompson. Robin Lopez missed his first. That one goes.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Hayward to Marcus Smart. Screen coming. To Marcus Smart. Hayward buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Thompson, and a pass stolen by Boston. Won't go, and the rebound comes down to Thompson. They'll get it down low to Lopez. Robin Lopez, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Nothing going here on that drive. Hayward, short jumper off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Here comes the screen. Thompson to Green. Missed a wide open look.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Livingston to Russell. To Thompson. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill, and you still knocked it down.
Boston with the basketball. To Hayward. take stock of the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Court Hayward, that's how it's done. 3 for 4, good start.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Russell into the front court. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. Thompson to Green. They'll get it down to Thompson. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Hayward. Wide open look, won't go.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
Almost. Unlucky bounce. We played a quarter here on Valentine's Day. Jay and I are back after this. It's a special presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Thompson to Russell. Beyond the arc for 3. D'Angelo Russell bothered just enough on that one.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It's Golden State basketball.
Got him. I got him. Here we go.
Livingston to Green.
Hey, watch this screen left. Cut.
Probing the defense. Green to Russell. Down to 5 on the 24. Yes, Klay Thompson. He's 2 for 2 now.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Howard. Nothing going here on that drive. Howard. Short jumper won't go down. Livingston to bring it up. His team up by 1. Russell defended by Howard. To Thompson. Livingston. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Russell with a shot, no good. Dwight Howard swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Trying to cash in, knocks it down off the step back. Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Thompson to Russell. Korver to Russell. Warriors with 4 to shoot. Shot by Russell off the mark. to Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen.
Screen coming your way. Screen coming your way.
Deep two there, won't go. Warriors have the basketball. Russell to Thompson. Robin Lopez. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Good. Off a spin.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Russell with it up top. It's a 1-point game, 13-12. To Thompson. Russell to Green. Can't connect from in close. A bad pass there. Warriors have it.
Screen right.
Robin Lopez. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5. Desperation shot here from half court. That's it for the first half. The Warriors with the lead.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Warriors have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. It's obvious how these guys scored the majority of their points, and that's in the paint. They did a great job of scoring down low. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors. The Celtics aren't down by much after 2 quarters.
And even though they're losing, you don't see a lack of confidence from their shooters. That could be the difference for them in the second half.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Points in the paint.
I found it to be a refreshing first half of basketball. In the age of analytics and the 3-ball, it was nice to see guys battling for points in the paint.
Player of the half.
Klay Thompson
Looked great in the first half. He was constantly fighting for position in the paint and owning the boards.
Who was cold?
Tatum.
truly couldn't get anything to fall in the first half. There's just no way to avoid getting called out when you miss every single shot you take. He hasn't been able to get anything to drop. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Curry into the front court. 14-13 our score. It's a one-point game. To Korver. Curry to Korver. 5 to shoot for Golden State. Curry Steph Curry. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and the effort.
Curry to Thompson. Going to launch beyond the arc and splash. Klay Thompson, quick catch and shoot there for three.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
To Cantor. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Steph at the controls. Jason Tatum snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Marcus Smart. And it's Cantor. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Right.
Nothing going here on that drive. It's Steph for 2. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free? He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit it.
New blood coming in for both sides. To Marcus Smart. JaVale McGee able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Warriors basketball. Livingston to Russell. Thompson to Green. Draymond Green. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Hayward. Here comes the screen.
See it.
To Hayward. And Livingston able to secure the rebound. JaVale McGee to Sean Livingston.
Hey, watch this screen left.
It's Cantor with the board. To Hayward. Third quarter comes to an end. The Warriors with the lead. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth and final quarter. We've got a one-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money. Down the stretch, it's game time.
Curry to bring it up. Up by 3. Yes, Klay Thompson. He's now 4 for 6.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Here comes the screen. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Hayward. 5 to shoot. Hayward. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Up 5 to Green. Curry.
Defense, let's go.
To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. The screen sets him up for 2.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
The difference is going to be the best player on the court. He's a guy that you have to trust in. He has to get the ball. And sometimes as a coach, you need to let go and let your best players do what they do.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you. Me and you.
I got him. Here we go.
It goes down.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
To Howard. Scores from the post.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Curry into the front court. Leads 3.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Screen coming. Curry to Korver. Warriors with 4 to shoot. Stephen Curry with a look. Doesn't get the bounce.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Lopez to Curry. Here comes the screen. Steph Curry defended by Howard.
Go.
5 seconds to shoot. Steph lets loose. Not that time. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Curry to Korver. Down to 5 on the 24. 2-point shot for Curry. This shot, Robin Lopez follows up with the putback.
You see, Ed, that's the advantage of growing up playing with and against a twin. A lot of fights, a lot of physicality, and controlling the glass is everything.
Has a look. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Now we get a whistle. They'll wrap him up with the intentional foul and a little over 20 seconds left to play.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a three. The pass taken away. Now we get a whistle. They'll wrap him up with the intentional foul and a little over 20 seconds left to play.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a two-possession game. Shot from the lane won't go. And an intentional foul here in the closing moments, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a two-score game.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
First one, counted. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Deep three at the buzzer. Hits the late three at the buzzer, but it's not going to be enough. This game is all over. It's the Warriors who get the victory. as they win this one by 4. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Warriors emerged victorious after a tight finish. When you're able to get steals like they did here today, it greatly improves your chances of winning. Check out the leading scores for the Golden State Warriors. The Celtics lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment.
Sure, it's great they shot so well from 3, but none of that really matters when your team has one more loss to show for it.
Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Klay Thompson
Played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Golden State Warriors. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Boston Celtics. The opening tip to the Bulls, and we're underway at United Center.
Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jay, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight finals wins. That one's going to be out of bounds. Chicago with the possession. Dunn to Markkanen. Surveys the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
Hayward to Marcus Smart. And a throwdown.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Dunn to Wendell Carter. Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To Hayward. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Shot by Markkanen, no good. To Hayward. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Marcus Smart. Hayward. Shot clock winding down. Cantor shot off the mark. To Zach LaVine. To Porter. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Right.
The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. From long range. Cleans it up. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Into the front court comes Collison. Just under a minute to go in what's been a hotly contested first quarter. Dwayne Wade goes to the right side to Wendell Carter. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Boston with the basketball to Howard. Bulls come away with it. Collison to Josh Hart. It's Carter with the rebound. He'll let one fly from half court. Knocks it down at the buzzer from half court. He lined it up perfectly. What an end to the first quarter. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. To Howard. Superman, Dwight Howard. He's 2 for 2 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
Catch up, baby. We got ball.
To Wendell Carter. Porter. To Wade. Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Howard. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free?
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down. Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Collison to Markkanen. Dario Saric sends it away. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Dario Saric. Porter. Levine to Wade. Dwayne Wade. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Celtics have it. To Hayward. Goes reverse to lay it in.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Dwight Howard sends it away. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Wade to Collison.
Hey, kick me the ball. Come on, team, shoot.
Lets it fly from long range. Darren Collison, 3 for 3 in this first half.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Hayward. Probing the defense. From the painted area, won't go down.
I'm here. I got ball.
Levine to Wade. Had a good look there, but it's no good. To Hayward. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Levine to Porter. Markkanen to Wade. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Short jumper misses.
You got it.
To Hayward. Wide open look, won't go. The follow won't go either. Collison into the front court. Up 6.
Here we go. I got him.
Dwayne Wade. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. Late heave to beat the buzzer. First half comes to an end with the Bulls in front.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bulls didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Chicago Bulls. The Celtics have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse.
At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Bench points.
The Boston Celtics had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
Collison
Did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Enes Kanter definitely fits the title of this segment.
You have to imagine his shots will start to fall, but this game has been pretty rough on him to this point.
Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Celtics have it.
Come on here. Come on.
Hayward. Here comes the screen. Bulls have it. Dunn to Josh Hart. Fires the three. Hart can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Here comes the screen.
On your right.
To Marcus Smart.
Watch that cutter.
Nothing going here on that drive.
Side up.
Shot from in close, no good. Levine to Markkanen. Levine shot no good.
Make that, baby. Make that.
To Hayward.
Screen coming left. Screen coming left.
Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Levine to Markkanen. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Oh my goodness! Someone please patch me into the arena intercom.
Clean up on aisle 3.
Markkanen to Levine. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Shot no good there by Levine.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Nothing going here on that drive. Hayward. Down to 5 on the 24 to Marcus Smart. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. To Zach Levine. Enes Kanter with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Boston with the basketball. Nice pass to set things up. Cruises inside for 2.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
done. To Markkanen. Here comes the screen. Porter. Can't connect. It's no good.
Hey, switch. I got him.
Trying to cash in. Shot by Hayward, no good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Has a look. That's no good. Long heave from three-quarters court. Three-quarters down, the Bulls have the lead. The Bulls in possession as we start the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Scores from the post. To Cantor. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
It's Wade. To Wendell Carter. Short jumper won't go down.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Dwayne Wade. To Markkanen. Five seconds to shoot. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
The drive, right to the basket. Short jumper, off the mark. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
To Wade. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
And Ed, these are the kind of games that haunt you when you're on your team bus and you're scrolling through social media and you see all the memes being made about you, all the clips being done about all your missed shots. That can only get you motivated to get back in the gym and get ready for the next one.
For three. Oh, they could have really used that one, but the shot's no good. To Markkanen. To Wade. Can't connect from inside. Has a chance and strokes it.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Now the Bulls will take the timeout. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. New blood coming in for both sides.
Cutter, I got yours.
Stuffs it down with authority.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
To Marcus Smart. Lauri Markkanen pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Bulls with the basketball. To Porter. Dwayne Wade. He's 3 for 7.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Timeout Boston. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. Trying to cash in. Cleans it up. Offensive board. And it's Daniels there for the board. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
First free throw is good. Two for 2 on that trip. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, the Bulls take this one as they take care of business at home. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls, added a win with today's solid victory.
And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. The Celtics put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics.
Game stats. Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Chicago Bulls. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. Capital One Arena in our nation's capital. Tonight, the Washington Wizards taking on the Boston Celtics. The opening tip belongs to the Wizards as we get going in Washington. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper won't go down.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
To Hayward. Fine to shoot. Hayward. For three. Wizards grab the rebound. Wall with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Jason Tatum pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Boston with the basketball. Anthony. Can't miss those.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Trying to cash in. Bradley Beal missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Hayward. To Marcus Smart. To Hayward. 5 on the shot clock. That's a 24-second violation. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. To Anthony. Celtics have it. That's rebounded by the Wizards. Oh, I missed a short one there. Oh, he had him there for a second. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Anthony. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. Here comes the screen. To Howard. Big finish at the rim.
Just remember an old saying here, you're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
Into the front court comes Rondo. He'll run the offense. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Not that time.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, knocks it down, off the step back. We played a quarter here on Valentine's Day. Jay and I are back after this. It's a special presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Here's Rondo with it. 2-point advantage to Anthony. Can't connect. Dwight Howard able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Marcus Morris. Short jumper won't fall.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
And he adds the free throw. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Hayward.
Green, get over, get over.
Push that.
Wizards at the controls.
Got ball. That's me.
Celtics come away with it. Take stock of the floor. To Howard. Swings it. To Howard. Superman, Dwight Howard. He's 2 for 2 now.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Rondo guarded by Howard. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall to Marcus Morris. Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Wall to Beal. Here comes the screen. Wall up against the 8-time All-Star. Off the assist.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Howard.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Changes coming from both sides right now. Hayward to Cantor. Wizards come up with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Wall to Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Back door coming.
Add 2 points to the board.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
It's Washington with the basketball to Thomas. Here comes the screen. Thomas to Beal. Lets it fly from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense. This for the tie. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Wizards have themselves a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Washington Wizards. The Celtics are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Steals.
We're seeing a lot of steals in this game, and it's not been one-sided. Each of the teams in this matchup have been aggressive on defense and getting some positive results.
Player of the half.
Bradley Beal did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Tatum truly couldn't get anything to fall in the first half. You have to imagine his shots will start to fall, but this game has been pretty rough on him to this point. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Self-check.
Hayward. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Into the front court, it's Wall. All tied up, 13 apiece. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall. Out of bounds, last touch by the Celtics, so it remains Washington basketball. Anthony. There it is, John Wall. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
Watch that back door.
And throws it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Wall. Driving right to the basket. Anthony. To Wall. That's no good. Hayward to Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. To Wall.
I got him.
Cashes in for 2.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Celtics have it.
I got mine. Y'all get yours. I got mine.
Hayward. Here comes the screen. To Hayward. Shot clock winding down. And he buries it.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Whistle stops play. Timeout for Washington, as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Dwight Howard with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Wall.
D up, y'all.
Nothing going here on that drive. From the painted area, won't go down.
Pick up, pick up, pick up.
And a 5-second back to the basket violation is called. Wall. Rondo, defended by Howard. To Wall. From long range. And John Wall still able to get it to go down with the defense closing in.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
To Howard. Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. There it is, John Wall. He's 3 for 7. Late heave to beat the buzzer. 3 quarters down, the Wizards out in front. The Wizards in control of the basketball as we start the fourth, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
To Wall. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall. Rondo's shot won't go down.
Hey, lock up.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Wizards have it. Wall.
Here we go. Here we go.
Rondo matched up with Howard. To Wall. Rises for the slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Hayward. Short jumper off the mark. To Wall. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Now the Wizards going to take the timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
Well, you need execution in a chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a championship.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Wall to Anthony. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Cantor. And it's Cantor. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Anthony to Wall. Fires the 3. Rebound comes to Cantor. To Marcus Smart. Oh, nice find for the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Rondo with the basketball. His group now down 2. To Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Looking good. 4 for 5.
Old school equals high percentage.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Cantor. Short jumper off the mark. Wall into the front court. All tied up. Just underway in this fourth quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. Wall to Anthony. Not going down for him this time.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Into the front court comes Wall. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Has a chance. Rondo off the mark. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
And now they'll get the intentional foul. Free throws coming up with 15 seconds to go.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. He'll put it up. at the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer does indeed go down, but it's too little too late as this ball game is over. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they just squeaked this one out by a point. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics edged out a close victory in today's game. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics. The Wizards finished on the losing end of a close score. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Washington Wizards.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Tatum gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Washington Wizards. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.